What up, everybody? Scuffy here. It is long overdue. This moment here, this moment here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 3 years in the making. How long have I been waiting for this? How long have any of us been waiting for this? Oh, about that long. 1100 days and 1108 days and counting. These are just the spoilers, so the time has come. It has been a very long time. The Imperial Fists are my favorite legion of all time. They always have been. They always will be. For so many reasons, and this spoiler season is no exception. I'm really stoked to share the cards I have to share with you today. I'm going to try not to draw it out, but I am going to enjoy it. You know, if you've got to wait an extra 30 seconds, so be it. That is par for the course. That is, this long wait is finally coming to an end, and I promise you, I think I have some really good ones to share. So let's get to it, shall we? I mean, I wanted to do a very long video intro movie. I've had 3 years to do it. Everything I did was not fortified enough. Every little idea I thought of the little skit, not fortified enough. I thought about building walls of Jengas and Legos and books, not fortified enough. There's just nothing I can do that does justice to this faction other than get right to it. So let's go. I'm going to start off with a common card. I do want to say I have 4. And let me do that a little bit more like Ric Flair. 4 different card rarities to reveal today. Now, what does that mean? You're about to find out. Card number 1, we're going to start with a common. We're going to start with a common because we always do. It's Osrak Support Squad. This is actually, seems like just a bread and butter 5 energy card. This falls in line a lot with the other cards that cost 5 energy that are kind of either Devastator themed, Heavy Bolter themed. You see this in a lot of the factions. 3 attack, 6 health. So it's actually higher on the health side for the attack. For 2 energy, you deal 4 damage. It's pretty decent as far as for the energy for damage. That damage can go on anything. It's not limited to a unit or a vehicle or a troop. It can go on your opponent's warlord, whatever it's going to be. That 6 health is pretty nice. Other units sometimes around this have got 4 attack, 5 health, or 2 attack and survivor. I believe the Salamanders one actually has 5 health and survivor 2, but that's the Salamanders faction. It's a different faction. The Sons of Horus have got a 5/5, but they have pay 1 to deal 3. This is 2 to deal 4. I'm not going to go on and on about this common card. It's a common card. Here it is. Osrak Support card. It's what more do you want? It's bolter fire, baby. It's bolter fire. It's Imperial Fists, bolters. Dig it, right? Let's talk about the next rarity. What comes after commons? I think it's rares. I think it's Retribution. This is some nice artwork here. This is Retribution artwork. I like how they tied it in with the background image here too. That might make it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. So, the Retribution here, this is the Imperial Fists hard removal. Pretty basic. 7 energy, destroy a troop, cost 1 less for each friendly troop in play. So this is interesting because this is a higher cost hard removal. Typically the 7 energy hard removals do something like stun an enemy warlord or the adjacent units. This one has a conditional though where the cost can be lowered based off of the number of troops that you have in play. If you have a full board, even if they're just 1 health troops, Retribution is going to be a 1 energy hard removal. So, Telesto Spear, I don't know if I could say eat your heart out, but you have a rival depending on how the Imperial Fist faction plays. Now, you gotta think that the Imperial Fist faction is about building a board, is about maintaining a board. We're talking about the faction that defended the walls of Terra, that it's spent years fortifying everything. So I have a feeling that typical games are going to see Retribution played for probably 5 energy or less. 5 energy seems like a fair starting point. Now, I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but I really do think that this is a good card. At the very least, it's going to be your hard removal option. It's going to be 1 energy in your deck, and it's nice. It's not a random destroy. It's a targeted destroy with a cost reduction. So we've done the rares. We've done the commons. We've gotten a tactic. We've gotten a troop. Well, what else could there be? There's a warlord time. Now, I've got to say, before I preface this, I do want to say that I've been pestering Everguild for a long time, so they're very gracious in understanding my devotion, my fandom. So I got a good warlord. I got Sigismund, baby. Sigismund, first captain. Emperor's Champion. This should just say Emperor's Champion. Sigismund is the... If you don't know who Sigismund is, I don't know why you're playing Horus Heresy Legions. He is the greatest duelist, not just a duelist, but he was such a devout swordsman, an excellent Astartes warrior, that he was the only one gifted with the title of Emperor's Champion. He was undefeated. He was undefeated beyond the heresy and beyond. He went to go become the High Marshal of the Black Templars, which is my favorite 40k army that I run when I'm not running fists in some form, whether it be Crimson or Imperial. He's got the black sword here, and his ability is something interesting. It's a fusion of things. First off, he's got 1 energy. It's a 1 energy ability, so that's nice. Until your next turn, deal 2 damage to enemies that attack your warlord. So in addition to taking the damage for attacking Sigismund, he's a 2 attack warlord, they're going to take 2 damage for attacking your warlord. So just for attacking Sigismund, whatever it is, troops, warlords, Titan parts, they're going to take 4 damage. It's a great, interesting twist on the duelist concept, because instead of being aggressive, I'm attacking, he can actually pay energy, sit back, and help build a board and keep his life going longer. Now his lethal range here is different, right? So if depending on what the Imperial Fist card pool bowls, if you are able to bolster his attack by 1, then every time a troop attacks you, they're taking 5. What's really nice about this ability is this really cuts any troops that have 4 health out of long-standing presence on the board. If they have sneak attack, boom, they're going to take 2 damage. If they've got, 4 attack or 4 health, they're going to be eliminated by attacking him. He'll take some damage, but in return, eliminate that threat completely. It is a very unique ability. You might say, I've seen this ability before. Well, you saw something similar on a couple different warlords. First time we saw this on Nemetor. Nemetor of the Salamanders has got this ability, but it works the other way around when you attack his troops, but it doesn't give him frontline. It raises his attack by 4. It's not quite the same thing, and dealing direct damage to Nemetor bypasses that completely. You can still deal direct damage to Sigismund here with this, but you still have to deal with his troops. So direct damage might be the way to go, but typically when you're facing duelist warlords like Corswain or Lucius, Karn, direct damage is always the way to go. I'm very curious to see. We've only seen the 1 common for the troops, and as of this time when I'm recording this, I haven't seen any other Imperial Fist cards, so I don't know what else there is to support this warlord or build upon it. Oh, I see that you've caught it. I see that you've noticed the Death's Champion. What could that possibly be, right? That's the 4th card. That's card number 4, baby. Death's Champion is, in fact, a special card that Sigismund has for himself. And this is pretty neat. I like this one. This is Death's Champion here. Again, some stylish artwork. We've got a little Fafnir Rand there on the side. Purple card, 2 energy. Purple card. It's a special. It's a special. Why say purple? Special. Your warlord gains +2 and frontline until your next turn, which is really interesting because we've got Corswain, who's got like a first strike +2 and first strike. This actually gives your duelist, your warlord, who has got, dealing 2 damage to anybody that attacks him, For 3 energy, he can use his ability, he can use Death's Champion, and suddenly he is a 4 energy frontline for 1 turn, and anything that attacks him is going to take an additional 2 damage. That's 6 damage. Now that goes really handy if you're looking to protect something for a turn, whether it is a mortar carrier, a Skitarii squad, maybe it's these Osrak squads, right? Maybe it's the old the Osrak Support squad that you want to protect for a turn. Maybe it's some cards that we haven't seen yet that are dealing relentless damage or built-in damage. Whatever it is, it's going to be powerful. But let's just also take a look at how this would work against warlords or troops that have got Berserk, that have to attack. So now they have to attack Sigismund. They have to take a minimum of 6 damage. They got Bloodthirst and they really want to eke it out. They could take more damage. It's just awesome. It's frontline. It's Imperial Fists, so you figure there has to be frontline in there some way. It is, but it still is a duelist idea. It's kind of a different stance. And really, if you read some of the stories with Sigismund in there when he has to duel, he is not a going out hard and swinging. His dueling is very precise. It's very methodical. It is not something that he is keen to do. It is something that he understands he is superior to do, and therefore it is his duty, and he does it well. And as an Imperial Fist, he exemplifies that. I am stoked to be able to share Sigismund. I wanted to be able to share a warlord. I was Sigismund or Dorn, either which one was going to make me super happy. Sigismund is just extra special for me because, as I said, I'm a Black Templars fan, but I really like this, and I'm happy to share it with you. I hope we're getting hype started. I don't know what other cards are out there today. We're going to be chatting it all up over the place, so pay attention. Stay tuned to the channel as well. If you haven't already subscribed, we're going to be doing spoilers here on the podcast. We're going to be talking about the spoilers on the channel. We're going to be doing more spoilers for the Sisters of Silence and Agents of Malgador in the next upcoming weeks, so you can listen for that and keep an eye on watching that. So this has just been a long time coming. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. It's hard for me to put it into words and have a good conversation. And as of right now, as I'm recording this, there are other things in development that I'm hoping will pan out that I cannot speak on, but I can certainly tell you I am very excited about. And if they do happen, it'll be even more the awesome, and I hope you are there along to enjoy it. I want to say I appreciate everybody who has been a part of the channel, subscribed, watched. If you have watched along over the last 3 years, you understand my passion and appreciation of this faction. And just want to thank all you guys out there for making me hit the 700 subs before we got to the 7th Legion. That's extra special to me, and I really appreciate that. And I hope that this summer is just going to be a summer of defending Terra, summer of 2021. Again, really cool cards. I really like all of them. Even the common, it'll find a place in certain decks. I think especially as you're starting a faction in events, it's going to be worthwhile having the ability to just pepper your opponent with bolter fire. And something tells me that this faction, who is known for their bolter drills and for their wills, I just feel like there's going to be other cards that are going to play into this concept. I think that card we're going to see a lot more of. And just imagine getting that card with Abandoned Supplies at 3 energy. It's very solid if your opponent doesn't use an Ambassador Melgator and you've got ways to protect it. That's very worthwhile. You can have your Warlord protect it if you need to, and if they're going to be attacking your Warlord, who happens to be Sigismund, they're going to take some extra punishment. This is just fantastic. I think that's about all I can say for this. I might have gone on and talked too much. I don't know. I'm hyped, guys. So until next spoiler set, which will be the Sisters of Silence, I'm going to be rolling out a lot of content for the Imperial Fist. I plan on covering all their warlords, doing decks, playing events, doing some streaming, more so than I've done for any other faction, as much as time will allow for me to do in real life. So it's just that's the big thing for me. So that's the way it's going to be. And I hope you are there, and I hope you enjoy the ride and are along for the ride. And until then, guys, keep defending Terra and keep playing Legions. Talk again next time. All right, bye.